Hello, and welcome to my Let's Play of Anno 117 Pax Romana. We are back in Port Serenus and had some success in the last episode. I'll give you a quick recap before we dive in to episode 3. So we ambitioned to a second island, Isla Olivia, and established both our olive production as well as amphorae. And now this is officially coming back to our main island of Serenus. Goal for today is to complete the needs for our plebs, which we will have here very soon, as both of these household goods are established, the amphorae and the olive oil. And then we'll get into tier 3 of the population. So let's dive in and hopefully continue some positive momentum. Press play. Check in on our ship. Alright, it's leaving now. And in the meantime, ooh, a gift. 10,000 coin, we'll take that. Thank you very much. Have a great relationship with the fellow governors. Add a few homes here. Increase our density, more homes, more money. Looking good. And because our Grammaticus is over here, so is the Sanctuary. Wow, a lot of great coverage there now that we added the road. But I'm feeling like we may need a second one of these sooner than later. Just to increase our knowledge so we keep the research coming. This could be a nice location. Yeah, let's go ahead and do some movement here. This block. Just like so. And the Grammaticus will fit in. I think that will be okay to take away this road without disturbing too much of the production here. Or I was placing the Sanctuary. We want a Grammaticus here. We'll put this road back. No problem at all. And with that, increasing our population into city status number 5. Up here you can see that as a Roman numeral. Very immersive. And happiness could certainly improve now that our status bumped us up in difficulty, essentially on health, happiness, and fire safety. Fire safety is a big problem. As you can see, the city status down at the bottom is minus 562. That's the main obstacle here. And that's why I want to but get to tier 3 so that we can establish the aqueduct into here. And that'll greatly reduce the fire safety. But in the meantime, let's see. Yeah, we already have 3 of these. Kind of doing the best that we can. At least for now. Maybe let's check the research. Oh my. We will look at that in a moment. Shouldn't be anything to worry about. Let's see. Upgrade here. Increase fire safety. Okay, nice. We're up unlocking a well soon. That should help us a little bit. I think this is just very far away. But let's move towards that next, just to help with this fire safety. How about the happiness? We have 2 of those with decent coverage. I think we're just gonna hope for the best. I see we have the little riot breaking out. Don't have great coverage of that, but I think everything will be fine. Nothing too major. And another ship should be coming back, or it just dropped it off. So we should be looking at our first amphorae as well as olive oil. Now we're constructing the olive oil here on the island. This is going to give us a health benefit as well as this need gets fulfilled and this production building gets to 100%, will then bring that benefit up. So health should continue to increase. Happiness is not going in the right direction though. So maybe there's a good that we can provide. We're providing everything we can to the Libertas. This tavern doesn't quite reach. Let's just check our coverage there. Oh yeah, we could definitely add another tavern. Not opposed to that. Yeah, let's do that. Create some homes as well. This block. This will also give us some room for perhaps a well. Ooh, just unlocked our first shrine for Ceres. So this will increase our health. We just don't really have a problem with health, is the thing. We really want to increase our happiness and our fire before things get a little out of hand. Let's check in with Ben to see what he has to say about the riots. Normal. Totally normal. Alright, and before we start upgrading these plebs, let's just take a look at our production. See where we're sitting with things. Bread, wonderful. That's kind of the main aspect of our economy. Porridge, solid. Olive oil is looking good. We're overproducing that. Could start to sell it. Sardines, close. Tunics, close. Peleus, doing okay. Sandals, close. Interesting. I think we already have 2 of those sandal makers. Soap is close as well. Okay. Let's see, we definitely have a large population this early into the game. I think that's a good thing, so happy. But we're definitely going to have to do a little bit of an expansion of our production at the same time as these upgrades come in. Let's do a little preventative. Let's go ahead, bolster our production. Sardines. Workforce is looking good, so I can do this with a good amount of confidence. Porridge is looking good, so let's slot in another one of these. Paint in the fields. Don't love that shape there. That'll be okay. And then the spinner. Yeah, we just got wonderful coverage with that. I love the layout we have of the city so far. Let's see. Maybe we'll start to work back this direction. Do that, and then we'll also give it a warehouse. Just like that. And filter as well. And we're going to have to expand our sheep production to do it. Let's see. Slot in something. Maybe over this direction. Another lavender field is going to be needed soon as well for that soap. Move over here. Yet another warehouse. These take workforce as well, so don't want to be over building warehouses, but we kind of have to do what we have to do to increase these bonuses, provide for the needs of our people. Let's see how our spacing will be. Yeah. All right. So how how is that? That's a decent upgrade of the basics. Porridge is still good. Sandals close. Soap still close. Good on sardines. Good on tunics. Good on Pilius. Alright, I think this is okay for now. Let's go ahead and make these upgrades. The Equites. Wonderful. Tier 3 population complete. These are really beautiful buildings as well. And their needs are already coming together here. Looks like we can expand to Albion. Next province. Confirm that for now. We have got our hands full, I think, with these Equites. So we'll go ahead and start with what they will need. Cheese will actually come from Albion. Don't quite have access to grapes. Let's see if we can upgrade some more homes. And the aqueduct is prepared. Go ahead and repair these. Not let us. Locked. Must be out of range for... Yeah. It's okay. Let's see. A request. Wow. Alright, bread we can probably help you with. Wine? Not sure. Now on failure we'll go -10. On decline we'll go -5. I think it's okay to decline this for now. Don't want to risk it too much. But let's go ahead and start importing grapes for now. So we'll just switch this to buy anytime we're under 50. And take a look at what our options may be for grapes. Okay, this is a decent island here. I like the look of that. Could be a good grape island. Let's go scout it out. Just with a few timber. Just to see what the cost will be. I'm not sure if we'll do this right away, but we can definitely start to buy grapes for the wine production. Theater. Wonderful. It's a nice location as well, very central. So we come into the city here. And wonderful coverage. Blueprint that there for now. And probably best to see if we can get this concrete production. Oh man, we're definitely going to need some of that. Oh, this is some obstacles for us, I think. Or we don't need the requisite fertility. Yeah, limestone is free. Okay, false alarm. Let's see where we want to start this concrete production. This could be a good spot. Across the way as well. Let's go ahead, start this production. So 1 limestone quarry, 30 seconds, to 3 concrete mixers. That's great. Okay, so we got our sand. Toss that down. And I almost feel like it's time for get another warehouse over on this side just to make sure production continues. And you guessed it, another warehouse. Straighten out these roads a little bit. We'll get the concrete as well. Sounds like the music stopped for a little. Nice little relaxing break, I guess. build at least 2 for now. Let's see how that looks. Salt's looking good. Silica, okay. We're going to be using all of that with the 2 concrete makers. And we're still overproducing there, so 2 should be fine for now. Excellent. Ooh, you're unhappy. Now you're fine. All right, concrete production. You got it. And grapes are already here. How about... Oh my goodness. We are going to need an apiary. Get these honeycombs going. Man, purchasing everything that's needed for wine. Is that going to be sustainable for us? I think we're going to have to put it to the test. Let's find out. Start to purchase this as well. All right. Our ship is right here. Let's take a look at what this island establishment cost is for grapes alone. I just don't know if it'll be worth it. 37,000. We're quickly growing. I mean, our economy is so far so good. We're having just hockey stick growth. Should really continue to build, but want to make sure we have a good plan. And we got time as this concrete starts to get up and running. Let's see. Maybe time as we are researching our trireme to start establishing sail production and rope production for our eventual shipyard. Like this idea. Maybe we don't need this warehouse, because we really filled up this coastline. Alright, so that'll go there. And then I think one rope yard will be okay for now. And can do 3 sail makers for this. I'll place down 2 for now. Well, we cleared up some space, but I think we will put this back. Some roads in here, like so. We'll get the sailmaker going because we already are overproducing sheep. Oh no. Okay, that's much better. And we can place another one of these sheep farms, as well as some additional hemp for the rope production. Is that gonna work out? I don't know. Alright, perfect. And even though we're building all these new chains, workforce is going well. Alright, we shouldn't require any new ships yet, but we will be going to the next province, probably in the next episode. I want to make sure we're providing our needs here first. We got a little bit of time for this concrete to come up to speed. I'm tempted to build another one here. I think we have the workforce. Why not? But will the silica refinery be enough? No, it will not be. Let's see if we can fit one of those in here. Now, I don't think this this depot is not very flexible on the coast quite yet, because we can't build off of the coast. So I think we are going to have to expand to another coastline to continue our silica. Lots of space, lots of space. Okay, that's good to see. Well, which one would we want to be more of a production harbor? I think this one, because we have the river cutting through. Go ahead, make our crossing. You guessed it. Yet another warehouse. And the sand refinery. Alright. Now the concrete should really be coming up to speed, which is great. And let's see, a good location for a vintner. Great coverage here. Man, this gap is definitely tempting me. May want to move some homes. Like having the vintner next to the villa is not a bad idea. So having some coverage over here near the farms makes a lot of sense. How about that location? It's not bad. Have the warehouse right there. Let's see if we can move this block somewhere that makes sense. All right. And we will probably need another market down in this location. Oh, you can fit. Oh man, it's just so close. This road is a little crooked here. There we go. Alright, let's build that. We have the concrete. And have the honeycomb and the grape. Well, we will start producing this. Now, area of effect is going to increase our income. Wow, see that already back to close to 1,000 a minute. And our prestige, which is great. The prestige essentially will primarily help us trigger festivals. So we want to increase that because make everybody happier, bring in more coin. More festivals, the better. I want a lot more festivals than plagues is really the dream. Alright. Now let's build some more homes, I think, is kind of a good next step. Fill in some of these gaps, add those marketplaces. Should we continue this diagonal? I think that would be nice to have symmetry, at least somewhat. Will this be necessary? It may be. But this has such good coverage. Well, the Grammaticus is not as good of coverage, but we have one there, pretty city center. What are you worried about? Ruins. Oh my. Porridge stand, that's not good. Get that back in order. Okay, markets. Yeah, definitely gonna want one more of those. All right. Fill this in. Wrap this with a road. Alright. Loan offer, definitely don't need it. We are cruising with cash now. Can make some more upgrades. What do you need? A Libertus. How about we move you over here? swap you out. There we go. And we already have enough concrete to build our first theater. Amazing progress. I mean, I like having a more laid-back approach where we're not necessarily like trying to be as optimal as possible with everything on a perfect grid. But man, I feel like there's a great sense of progress so far in this Let's Play and in the game in general. Loving my experience so far. Beautiful theater. Watch a little show. Amazing acting. Chorus in the background. Everybody's having a good time. And we're providing for the needs. Alright, the Equites. Maybe they didn't love not having that market. Let's see if we can do anything. Support that. Kind of makes sense to have a tavern close to the theater. I'm okay with this because we'll fill this in with ornaments, but all of this will eventually have homes and other service buildings. Alright, we've unlocked a well. I think we left a little bit of a gap here. Definitely build our first well. Now, how's the fire risk over here? Alright, we're now at 0 with that well. But we're having fire safety problems in general. Let's see, we also may need to create space for these wells. Definitely don't want to burn things down, but we can place a few. That's a great location. And happiness has greatly improved due to the theater, +3 for every single one of these buildings, as well as knowledge and prestige. Definitely a powerful building to place, and our concrete is cruising. This is great. What's the coverage over in this direction? Okay. Get our tier 3 population up like there. And this should satisfy them a bit more. Anything we can do for fire safety here? They're having a few concerns. Don't think I want to provide just that yet. I'm okay doing this though. That'll help a few homes. What's the cost of this? Maintenance cost 2 Libertas. 3 coin. We could do that for them. These are fancy folks. The Equites. Tier 3 population. They deserve it. Alright. Now, I have a feeling we are gonna need additional soap before we provide these new needs. So let's take a quick look at where we stand on consumer goods. Olive oil, fantastic. I need to remember to sell that. Way overproducing wine. Porridge is good. Sandals okay. Sardines good. Tunic's good. Pileus good. Soap is close. And how are we doing on our garum production? We're not producing garum, but amphorae. This should be in entirely another island. How can I select both of these? Here we go. And amphorae. Ooh, need to increase our production of that for sure. That is fairly easy to do. We've already mapped these out. And the potter. Okay, that's got plenty of forest. These tappers don't need as many trees for sure. Alright, that puts us in a much better spot. Serenus is gonna be happy. Wouldn't mind even increasing this. Get a little ahead of the game. Do we have the workforce? Can it be increased? Let's bring some construction materials over there. Just quickly. Some of that concrete. Always nice. Alright, and while that transports, we can also take a look at that soap. So, producing our soap over here. Pig farms, renderer, as well as the soap maker. Now this is getting fairly dense. Main concern over here is happiness, I believe. Yeah, and fire. Happiness, health, and fire. Everything is going bad over here. We're going to need some service buildings. Medici. Good to have. Central location. Fire. And I think it's a good idea to have a Custodia as well, because we're just going to be doubling down over here for now. We'll eventually need one of these. Pig farm we could put down. And I don't think we'll need another one for the time being. Let's double check. Pig production, looking great. Overproducing now. And lard will be just perfect as that comes up to 100% production. And soap, definitely looking good now. Okay, glad we could do that. Quick and easy, and have the workforce to do it. We will politely decline the loan. We have plenty of cash for what we want to do right now. Okay, send our ship back. And let's do this. We'll get our resin tapper, get our another potter, double check our charcoal. We're okay. And then build up this population and just make sure we don't need any additional needs. Don't think we can fit a road through there. Let's do this. And a couple of upgrades. Right. I think that looks good. Kind of start to have some more organic patterns on this second production island. And as these needs come together, we should balance out that workforce need. Double check what's going on over here. This island, looking good. We're providing just a few things. And Amphore, are we providing this to these people? Let's see, should we be doing that at this point in our playthrough? We can. Continue that, you lucky ducks on Isla Olivia. And how are our ship construction materials looking? Quite well. We can build our shipyard. Lovely building. Love the sculptures there of the shipbuilders holding torches. I think we can get this statue in the Great Hall. That's what it's called. And a gift. Oh my gosh, we don't need this. They're being too kind to us. All right. And just double check this vineyard. 140% because of Sarah's. She's treating us well. We're devoting a lot to her. Yeah, the population of Serenus is just exploding very quickly. Let's keep it going. A little bit of a more unique pattern here. These like so. Keep that population increasing and keep the upgrades coming. Let's see, by the villa, I want to make sure we got our best possible real estate. Maybe this whole block. That's big. Alright, let's take a look at how that impacted our supply. Looking good. Sandals we're going to need to invest in. But everything else is looking great. Let's see. So, going to need leather. But pigs, I don't think so. Let's go ahead. Build additional leather. I think that looks quite good. Let's do it. And this may require an upgrade, this warehouse. We'll see how much of a delay ends up being. All right. I like that. Let's do this. Perfect. And since we already checked our production, let's go ahead and put another dense block right here next to the market. Service buildings in this quadrant of the city, a little bit lacking. I just said we were going to put a dense block there. Don't think that's going to fly. Our fire safety is too at risk. And this looks nice. Square that off. And happiness is a little bit lower than I would like. Let's see. Place that there. Right. Looking quite nice. Looking quite nice indeed. No fires, no riots, no plague. I think everything is going our way as we continue to expand the Tier 3 population, Port Serenus. Very nice. Just love how the city looks. It's coming together. And now that we have concrete production, let's go ahead and see if we can get paved roads. Yeah, we'll queue that up. Have that in no time at all. Wow, this is a big one. That'll take over an hour. Let's reprioritize here. This only takes 5 minutes. Love to get some paved roads in these streets. The people request a decision. As whispers of war, poverty, and disease sweep the empire, the priesthood and the city of Port Serenus urge you to consult an oracle to soothe the restless population. The most prominent local oracle, an elderly and reserved Sibyl of Apollo, demands a substantial sacrifice before revealing her divine prophecies. Do you wish to know the future? Ask about the future, prosperity of your realm. Wow, lots of potential effects here. Inquire about your military affairs, ask about calamities your city may suffer, and no outcome. All right. Effects. +1 income for the entire island, all the buildings, for 4 hours. Upkeep costs also decreased on success. Interesting. This will also increase belief. On failure, okay, so it sounds like we're going to have to pay coin, 15,000. We can do that all day, every day, no problem. But we'll also probably need to provide some resources on a timeline, I'm assuming, because we only have a 50% chance of success. So if I click this, will we immediately know if it's a failure or not? So belief will go down 600 on failure. What about military? We don't need more hour. We're not going to be waging any wars today. Calamity. Health and fire safety. That would be great. That would be great. Upkeep cost. Let's do that. Our fire safety's not horrible, though. The risk is the same for both of these, and I think upkeep cost being 25% less is quite good. Let's see what this does. Alright, we present our offering to the oracle. Sybil breathes deeply from the brazier burning incense. Her eyes flutter and her head tilts back as she enters a holy trance. Juno, Queen of Elysium, weaves a golden thread through your destiny. I think that's a success. Okay. Well, that was great. Whoa! Mega balance. Look at that. Well, things are continuing to go our way. The Oracle, Apollo, everybody's loving us. And our next demands flax. We don't have flax either, folks. But we can import it. No problem. Our fertilities were very strong in this early, but as we continue, no grape, no flax. Could be worse. Could definitely be worse. Alright, I like having the loom weavers. I just remembered we want to be selling some of our excess wine and olive oil. Let's do that. And before we head off to Albion in order to establish our dominion up with the Celts, we'll also bring in perhaps cheese as well as these brooches. Our brooches. Let's just lay a little bit of the foundation for the loom weaving. So what I want to do here is place these. We'll need a lot of them. In this harbor area. Like so. So the ratio here, 2 minutes to 1 minute. So we need a 2-to-1 ratio of these loom weavers. Set that up. And we'll start to buy flax for these loom weavers. Got a buy order for that. And then these make people very unhappy, which we don't want to do. So we'll start to do this over on our production coast. Snailery, 130, 2. Blueprint out 2 of these for now. And how many of these will we need? Oh man. Wow, this is a 2-to-1 ratio as well. Okay, so I think we're going to have both of these. Okay. Expensive to produce such nice clothing for the Equites. But let's go ahead and do that. This one over, just so we can have a second row. Alright, snail-wise, this should be definitely good to go there. And let's build as many of these as we can. Alright, that's one set. And I don't know. Let's see if we can get a few more tiles in order to produce that. But no immediate rush because we just got our first flax. Well, that's quick. Perfect. Wow, and things are moving. Things are moving. Go ahead and build this, that. And we can put these on pause for now. It'll save us a little bit of coinage, a little bit of workforce. So this takes 10 Equites. And how about our loom weaver? That looks like 6. Okay. And one more tile. So that comes to 3. We'll kind of finish out this harbor area in terms of construction. But one of these loom weavers should be plenty. Yeah, we're overproducing that to a pretty extreme level, I would say at this point, but we got lots of Equites. Almost 500. Beautiful. Well, I think that'll do it for this episode. Next time, we'll begin our venture to Albion in order to produce brooches as well as cheese. I'll see you next time. Thanks for playing with me.